The Portuguese word barroco has a definition of extravagance, and it is where the term of baroque is gotten from, according to Sam Rogers in the book, If It's Not Baroque, Don't Fix It. George Handel and Henry Purcell were two composers of this period. Both Handel and Purcell are important to the world of music. Handel because of his English oratorios, especially Messiah, and Italian operas, and Purcell because of his many different musical works. They were both excellent composers, as their music shows, and there is a reason that they are remembered to this day for their musical ability. George Handel's year of birth was 1685, and his place of birth was Halle, Germany, according to BaroqueMusic.org, which also informs us that at 18 years old he moved to Hamburg, Germany, where he played the violin for the opera. He then went to Italy and stayed there for a few years, which is learned from the same website, and that website also informs that he was then appointed as Kapellmeister to Hanover, but he quickly went to London. BaroqueMusic.org informs that while there he wrote the City of London's first Italian opera, and that he went back to Hanover but soon came back to London. He later became the composer for the Earl of Carnarvon, BaroqueMusic.org tells us, and also tells that nobles then created a music academy and put him in charge of it, with the academy from the beginning being given 8 years. BaroqueMusic.org informs that in the 8th year of his academy, a play that was for common people that he wasn't affiliated with became very popular and was bigger that year than his academy, and many people around him tried to get him to write English opera, but he wouldn't, and many of them left. Towards the end of his life he had a stroke, and later lost vision in his left eye, and then right eye. BaroqueMusic.org informs of this, and also that he finally died in 1759. BaroqueMusic.org informs that he worked for English royalty and that he wrote a song for the birthday of Queen Anne, and when a king was inaugurated he wrote 4 songs for his coronation. One of the songs, Zadok the King, has been used at all following coronations, BaroqueMusic.org informs. The website also informs that he also performed Italian operas in England, and in fact, his academy was specifically pushing Italian operas. After the Italian operas, he wrote oratorios. BaroqueMusic.org informs. Britannica.com informs that oratorios come in English, Italian, and German styles, and Handel wrote English oratorios and he created the style. His oratorios were Bible stories and included elements from opera, masque, and Greek tragedy, is also learned from Britannica.com. His oratorios were extremely popular, BaroqueMusic.org informs, and also informs that this leads to what is Handel's most known piece of music in modern times and which contributes greatly to his musical importance, the oratorio Messiah. The words to Messiah were written by Mr. Jennings, and Handel came up with the music for the words in less than a month, and the oratorio was first performed in Dublin, History.com informs. That took place in the year 1786, MessiahGuide.com informs. PortlandHandelSociety.org informs that in total Handel wrote 22 oratorios. Developing the English oratorio is a big way in which he changed music. This is a major change as few people come up with the style of music. This change certainly made him not just one of the most important figures of the Baroque period, but in Western music. One of the reasons that Henry Purcell is important to music is because he was the organist for Westminster Abbey, BaroqueMusic.org informs. Unfortunately, though, Purcell died at a young age. He lived less than 40 years, the same website informs. BaroqueMusic.org informs that Purcell is also famous because he was very active in the London music scene, and he wrote, among other things, anthems and chamber music. BaroqueMusic.org informs that he also wrote the music for lots of plays. BaroqueMusic.org is quoted as saying, in 1683, a group of gentlemen amateurs and professional musicians started a musical society in London to celebrate the Festival of St. Cecilia, a great patroness of music. And that's the end of that part of the quote. And the website informs that they asked Henry Purcell, then only 24, to be the first to write an ode for their festivals. Britannica.com Author Jack Allen Westrup informs that one thing that Purcell did to change music was that he worked to bring back a type of music that had become less popular, the fantasia. Britannica.com also informs in a different article that a fantasia is just instruments and it has at least 3 parts. Henry Purcell was important to music because he wrote music for the funeral of the Queen of England, according to James Reel from allmusic.com. George Handel and Henry Purcell are 2 of music's most well-known composers. They both lived their lives in England and they both wrote music for royalty. They are to be remembered.